RuneScape and old school RuneScape are two sides to the same coin, some people say. Though in reality, it's more of a diverging timeline sort of situation where the games split at a single point in time and are now two different realities. RuneScape kept evolving, and its lore, world, and mechanics have continued advancing at a fast pace. Old school RuneScape, however, stayed true to the nostalgic charm of the game, where its gameplay has remained nearly the same since its divergence, and the world has evolved down a different path. Whether you find one version of the game better than the other is an opinion, and no side is more correct than the other. As someone who's been playing since RuneScape Classic, I personally think both versions of the game are just, well, RuneScape. I think both games are good games and can coexist, and the communities from both should do what they can to help both games flourish. There is no reason for discourse between the two games, and I actively encourage players to play both games. And that is what I'm going to start doing. Though old school RuneScape has always appealed to me as a game, I never wanted to restart my progress when the games split. But with friends in both of these games' timelines, it's time for me to try going from RuneScape to RuneScape, experiencing the alternate timeline. Hello again everyone, Kamori here, and welcome back to RuneScape, this time for episode 15, and that's a little milestone number there in a way. Here are my stats that we are starting off with, 970 total. Let's try to get that into 4 digits if we can without just straight grinding the lower stats, but more questing, more Slayer, you know the drill by now. Starting off with the incredible Otherworldly Being task. Again, I don't think I've gone more than 3 tasks without getting this one again. Level 50 HP, slowly followed up by level 49 defense, just one more to go there, and we are at base 50s for the melees. 46 Slayer coming in. Can't kill anything new, a little unfortunate, but there's so many different Slayer tasks. Task complete, 20 in a row, that's huge for another 40 points, we're up to 222. Got another Ice Warrior task, this one's actually fantastic. The magic EXP you get here is kind of insane. Level 53 magic coming in. The elemental weakness, again, I feel like I've been tooting that horn for videos now, but it's huge. Cleaning a Marintel off the ground, and level 18 Herblore coming in. Herblore is a skill that I haven't really started yet. There's the task complete. But it's one that I probably should just start investing into. It's just hard to want to invest into it as a main when you can just buy all of the potions that you want for the most part. But, oh boy, 66 more Otherworldly Beings. Just one task apart. 63 combat coming in with level 50 defense there. And that is huge. I'm not going to go buy granite armor or anything like that. 47 ranged. We're just switching over to range. We want base 50s. 51 attack as well. There may be some armor at level 50 that's worth buying, but I barely even use my rune armor. I've just been using proselyte forever. 47 Slayer slipping in. Brine Rats could technically go for the Brine Saber. I don't know if Vanica gives that task though. 48 range. Otherworldly Beings aren't actually the greatest to save spot because their like aggro range is never directly across the pond in the middle. Finished that task, got a 16 Ghoul task, finished that off as well. And then got another Werewolf task, 49 range coming in. Werewolf tasks suck, I'm not gonna lie. 50 range, that is huge, but Magic Short Bow unlocked, blessed. Blue Dragon Hide, we can get the Imbue Scroll for the Magic Short Bow if we want to, but I'm gonna switch it up and grab some more magic, just so I'm not having to buy a full new set of gear for the rest of this task, which takes forever with ranged 54 magic. I'm sure you can guess what I'm going for, but we unfortunately finished the task before it. 24 tasks in a row, still haven't had to cancel anything. 52 HP and a vampire task, which also, again, kind of a terrible task. All of the tasks in Mauritania seem to be terrible, at least early on. Got an exam book. I'm going to use it on construction here because that'll bring us to level 16 construction. I'm still pretty set on construction being the skill that I spend the most of my lambs on just because it is such a money sink. But there we go, 25 tasks complete. I did keep all the vampire dust because it sold pretty well. 55 magic, the iconic high alchemy spell coming in on Molinisks. Never thought I'd be back down here, but unfortunately I had another task. 26 complete. So glad to be done with it. Please let's never get that again. Gonna shift over into some questing. The final free-to-play quest that we haven't dealt with yet, Shield of Arav. I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Again, this is one of the few quests in the game where you actually need another player to help you with. I joined the Phoenix Gang just because I always thought the Phoenix Gang was cooler. The gang hideout is down underground as opposed to in the back alley, but I believe the Phoenix Gang also happens to be more popular, so it's harder to find Black Arm Gang members. So if you haven't picked one yet, do the RuneScape community a favor and pick Black Arm. We need more of you guys. Get the intel, bring it back. Give it to Straven, who turns out to be the leader. You go into their, like, armory storage room and you grab the half of the Shield of Arav. And then I did get some help from someone named Brother Joe here. Whoever, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. If you ever happen to see this, then I appreciate the help. He was a Black Arm member, gave me the other half of the certificate and everything like that. And I was able to get that turned in quite easily. There we go, Shield of Arav. You get 1 quest point and 600 coins, you know? Free-to-play reward, I guess, for being such like a lore, like, relevant quest with a very important item. But with Shield of Arav done, we're going to go ahead and do some cleaning over here in the museum. Got to get those kudos up. Half an inventory at a time. Just got it sped up. I got 4 items out of the 5 that you can hand into the different design or the display cases on that first half inventory. But for some reason I kind of forgot the pottery was one of them. And so I end up just throwing the pottery on the ground, but then I get another one, so it's not too bad. There we go, 3 turned in, we're up to 58. Second inventory, you can keep your eye on the in-game clock down there. I'm not capping with this. Fast forwarding it all just so you can see it. Clean, clean, clean. There's the pottery and the other coin, and that's all we need. So there is all 5 of them here, but there is another important item that you can get while cleaning in the museum. One last half inventory. With broken items, I think all of them might have even fit into 1 inventory, but ooh, there we go. On my 3rd, like, half inventory, we get the ruby necklace, and that is huge because that does let us have dig site pendants. And while turning in the scraps, we did manage to grab another ancient lamp. I say another, first one, ancient lamp. I put it on prayer, didn't get me a level or anything like that, but while we're here as well, coming up and talking to Historian Minus, you can talk to him about a bunch of different quests that you've done that happen to be like museum lore relevant. You get kudos and you get antique lamps from them, so I'm going to throw them all onto prayer just because it's the only skill I have above 30 that's worth using them on right now. 1000 EXP. That does get me level 45 prayer though, which is huge because that is Mystic Might, and that is the last big like stat boosting prayer that I'll have for at least until like Royal Titans, I believe. Dumping the last 2 on prayer as well, because again, I would put them on construction, but it's not level 30. I should go get that up at some point and do some mahogany homes or something. Speaking with the curator here, now that we have above 100 kudos, we are going to do the Bone Voyage quest. Probably a quest I should have rushed a long time ago because it does unlock the ability to do birdhouse runs, but better late than never. Come to the boat needs fixing. You need a special kind of wood. You come to the sawmill, he's like, we need to work with the woodcutting guild in Hasidius. You come to the woodcutting guild and you're like, hey, I have a work order from the Varric sawmill for some redwood, and he's like, all right, we'll get it sent over. You go back to Varric, he's like, we got the order, we'll send it to the boat. You go to the boat and they're like, thanks, we got the wood, we fixed it up. Now you can go on board and talk to the navigators. Make your way onto the barge. Speak with the navigators, and they're like, this is a super cursed journey. This is like the 13th attempt. Everyone before us has failed. If you can figure out how to deal with a cursed journey, we can work. Go speak with a pirate who's dealt with it, or a sailor who's dealt with it. You come to Port Sarum. You speak with some pirates, and they're like, all right, you have two options. You can get a lucky item, like a lucky talisman, or you can use a potion of sea legs. You go to the Odd Old Man, and you get a bone because it's related to Bon Voyage and Fossil Island, and it's a lucky item. You come to the Apothecary in Varric, you make a potion of sea legs, which is just a lot of vodka, apparently. You come back, you're like, I got both these items. Let's get this quest underway. You sail out. First thing you do is you get everyone just pissed drunk, and they all pass out except for you and this junior navigator. And so now it's up to you to steer it back. Very easy controls. I don't think you actually had to do much on this. Just keep the arrow as straight as possible and then go as fast as possible. I don't know if there's supposed to be more to that, or if that was supposed to be easier, or I got lucky. But there you go. Quest complete, 1 quest point, and access to Fossil Island. I unfortunately don't have the construction level yet to make the bank chest here, but there is one further north. I did end up getting a maze random event, which is actually pretty funny because we just got that quest reward, and yet the reward we got from this was better than like both quests that I've done so far today. It was like a 30k quest or a maze reward, but use the newly found and made dig site pendant on the machine, and now I can teleport to Fossil Island with it. And then you come activate the magic mushrooms, and that allows you to teleport to the one that you activate. Making some of my very first birdhouses here. And there we go. That is going to be my first birdhouse built and seated up. Run north, build the second one, activate the mushroom here. Mushroom Meadow, and then run all the way over to the Verdant Valley and build the last 2 birdhouses. 1 and 2, and then there is another mushroom right here. There's 3 iron right here, and you can actually teleport back to the house on the hill, and then if you have the agility, you could take the like zip line down to the bank on the little island. Is that even like a remotely viable mining spot? I mean, just power mining, I guess. You could just power mine iron right there. 3 iron spot. You know? Activate the 3rd mushroom. It does kind of suck that the, like, interact spot with it is on the far left side, but that is just kind of what it is. Alright, so 50 minutes later or so, heading back to do my first ever full birdhouse run. And some of you eagle-eyed viewers may notice something wrong. Again, I am brand new to this. Huge 280 EXP, level 10 hunter, a level for my very first birdhouse. You love to see it. Make another one, you replace it, go to the next one, you collect it. 280 more EXP, another hunter level. The early hunter levels are so big. And early hunting is so bad that the birdhouse skipping so much of the early hunting is just incredible. Loot that one, rebuild it, teleport over to the Mushroom Meadow. Okay, some of you may have noticed that I do not have seeds in my inventory, okay? And you're probably thinking, Komori, did you forget to replace the seeds? Okay, and it's like, I'm saying, yes, I did, okay? I forgot to replace the seeds. Okay, in my first time, all right? Who are you calling me out like this? Who do you think you are? Yes, I took the EXP, forgot to buy more seeds and bring them, and I just sat there waiting for like 2 hours, and I was like, why the heck are the birdhouses not done yet? And then I came back, and I realized I didn't put seeds in them. Okay, I did. And then I went and I bought some, and I did a whole nother run, and I put all the seeds back in. And this is the result, okay? I came back another hour later, and we're doing my second birdhouse run. Calling me out like that. Embarrassing. 15 hunting coming in as well. Early levels do come in so nice. You can switch over to oak, so I did that. And then I think you don't even have to get too high of a level to get to willow. 16 hunting coming in. It is really nice that you do get the clockwork back every time. The hunting EXP per hour, level 17, is like 50,000 with oak alone. So it's like farming, where it's like if you could technically just do birdhouses continuously, you would get a ton of EXP. Interrupting the hunting training, we are going to do another quest. We're going to get Enlightened Journey completed. It does unlock the balloon transport system. It's got a couple funny cutscenes here. You send out one little test origami one, and it just immediately catches fire and burns to the ground. And the monk is totally just like, oh yeah, this is all really important. This is going well. And I'm like, it caught fire. Are we not going to talk about that? He's like, all right, well, now we got to do another test. You got to make a slightly bigger one. We'll see how that goes. I bring all the items back for that. And a cutscene for the second test. Slightly bigger one, made out of like a sack or something like that. It goes off. And a pitchfork mob shows up out of nowhere, and then it catches fire and crashes. And my guy's just like, are we not talking about how terrible this has been going the entire time? Apparently not. August seems to think everything is going fine, so now we bring the final inventory of items to build the rest of the hot air balloon. And then we have to do the manual flying or navigating of it to the different locations to finish the quest. So I will just do this in live speed just to see how it goes. Just a couple clicks here and there, you know, you just move it up. It's pretty easy, just rapid clicking, and there you go. Like, it was probably a pretty average time, you know. I might have been a little bit slow. It's been a few years since I've had to do this, but you land in Tal'Variy, you speak to August again, and that is where you are going to finish the quest. We have 1 quest point, 4,000 fire making EXP, 3,000 farming, 2,000 crafting, and 1,500 woodcutting, as well as access to the balloon transport system. We also get the hat and the jacket here, both very cool fashion-scape. 39 fire making sliding in. Was hoping it would get me a little bit closer to 40, but there we go, the bomber jacket and the bomber cap on. Just, ooh, looks good. Actually looks pretty good with the graceful. Great spot to twirl my camera around in. But after the quest, we are going to go ahead and unlock a couple of the extra transport locations to the crafting guild. Again, I'll manually do it in live speed just to show you guys how to do it. You know, you just click some of these, you go up and down, you move off to the right. It's 3 screens as well, so you just got to quickly go all the way down and land on the landing spot easy, just like that, you know. 2,000 more fire making EXP. I was kind of hoping that would get me to 40, because you do need level 40 to unlock the one to Varric, so I do quickly go up and grab level 40 fire making, and then we make our way back. We are going to do the Varric one as well. Again, live speed. Here we go, just a couple clicks. This one's actually pretty easy. There's not too much in the way, you know. You're just kind of clicking up and down and off to the right, and your character just goes, and there we go. 2,000. Pretty slow. Again, I'm out of practice. People probably do it faster than that. Some more hunting coming in. Level 18 hunter. Sliding right in. Go to the next birdhouse, and there's level 19 hunter. And if you check the chat box, level 1,000 total level as well. That is huge. 4 digits already. Level 20 hunter sliding in, the second milestone since we've started the birdhouse runs. Level 21 hunter, catch red crabs, not ever going to do that. 22 hunter, young implings. Don't really have a huge need for implings ever, but we'll see going forward. Level 23 can fight wild kebits, or can catch them. Start another birdhouse run, and yes, I forgot the seeds again. But thankfully, I catch it right here at the very beginning, and then I go and get more seeds. I'm sitting here like, something's missing. Teleport out, come back with more seeds. Level 24 hunter, and now we can do willow birdhouses, which is huge, but I am going to finish off the run with the oak logs. Level 25 hunter coming in as well. I'm also going to do my very first PVMing on the account. I have my friend that I've been doing some quests with. We are going to take on Scurious. She's never played the game until I started this series, so she has 0 PVM experience in RuneScape, old school RuneScape. No idea what she's doing. I have no idea what gear or anything we need to bring down here. I am in charge of prayer for both of us. I am going to be using Moonlight Moths, because that does recover prayer for friends around you within a set number of tiles. But I immediately found out that it is nowhere near enough prayer with just 6 doses. So it does end up taking quite a while. She did start off using magic, but then we quickly switched to double melee. It did take 3 full inventories, or like 3 attempts. We kept running out of prayer before like food or anything like that. So if I had brought all of the Moonlight Moths all in one inventory, we probably could have done it in a single inventory. But 1500 HP is a lot to get through, but I was actually quite proud. She did manage to kill it on our like first attempt. None of us died. Having no idea how to prey flick or anything like that, like I think it went pretty well. I didn't hit too much, but we did go ahead and get the kill, and that is our very first Scurrius kill and combat task. Luckily, we got 2 lobsters as a reward. Not great. Might start doing that solo at some point, just because the 500 HP on solo is a little bit easier to manage, but I am really excited to get into PVM. 26 hunting and 27 hunting coming in as well. And then you can see in my inventory we do start doing the willow logs. I forgot that we could do it last time, and I planted more oak ones, but easy enough. 29 coming in. We can do swamp lizards, which aren't actually too bad, but 560 EXP per one. Level 30 hunting coming in here at the very end, and that is going to be the last level. That is going to be where I go ahead and call it for this episode. A little bit of a shorter one, but it was just kind of like the early farming ones where just getting into the routine of doing birdhouse runs. I am going to start trying to do them a little bit more consistently, get that hunting level up. Seeing the sailing skill down there is super exciting. Sailing is just around the corner later this month in November. Pretty excited. I don't think I'm going to level it right away because I don't have construction or anything like that, but I am pretty excited to do it. Thank you guys all very much for watching, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and hope to see you all back in another one. Until then, take care. Peace.